Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back or welcome to Thoughts of a Predicate Winner. You know what it is. You know what we do over here. This is a place where we react to, review, break down, and talk about music from all different shapes, sizes, cultures, genres, anything that you can think of when it comes to music and all of these subcultures within it. That's what we do over here. That's what we talk about over here. And I have a very, very special guest today who goes by the name of TJ Sanders. And before I bring him up, I just want to let you guys know that I'm very excited to talk with him. I have some questions that I think a lot of you guys will appreciate, but I got to say, Lindsay, do I sound okay? I got to say that I really appreciate good music. I appreciate good rap, especially in the underground and in the independent scene where it seems like a lot of people just put out music and they're searching for like a quick hit or a quick microwavable TikTok type moment. And the dopest part about TJ to me is he just brings back the feeling that I used to get when I used to listen to hip hop when I fell in love with hip hop. So I'm really excited to have this conversation with him. I appreciate you guys for being here. I appreciate him for being here. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and bring him up, man. TJ, welcome, bro.
What's up? What's up?
How you living? How you doing? Everything good?
Yeah, man. Everything's great. Everything's
Awesome.
going good.
How do you feel about the release of this new song, man?
I feel good about it. I mean, so far I've just seen I've got a ton of notifications today. And I've been trying to respond and do all that. I've been running around since I got off work. When the video dropped, I was at the grandparents trying to pick up my daughter, and so I've been running around. Finally just got back home like 30 minutes ago. So
yeah.
But yeah,
awesome.
So far good feedback. I haven't looked at like numbers or anything like that. I'm trying to train myself not to, if I'm being honest.
Don't. Yeah, I don't think you should, bro. I think that I think that's where people start misconstruing it. I think that's where people start getting into because if we're being honest, there's an art form to creating moments and to creating little microwavable, here, this is great right now, here it is, and then it's gone tomorrow moments. But I think that real music and genuine good music, I think that lives forever in some way, shape, or form. And I think that you do that, man. I love the melodies in it. I love the bars. I love everything about your music, bro. So a lot of these guys in the chat have been waiting until now to listen to this song.
Okay.
So if you want to go ahead and play this record, let's go ahead and play this record, and then we can get into, some of the stuff that I want to ask you if you're cool with that.
Yeah, let's run it.
All right, let's do it, man. Where'd you go? Uh-oh. All right. Don't worry. There he is.
Okay.
My bad, brother. I was about
No, you're good. I was looking. Sometimes, because I got like a Wi-Fi extender that reaches out here, so sometimes it'll like cut out. But okay, no, we're good.
All right, let's do it. This is Underdogs, ladies and gentlemen. TJ Sanders featuring Chad Arms. Shout out to Jody.
I come from a place that's full of hate, no love is lost.
Come on, bro.
Too much pride to cut it off. Back against the wall, day one struggle off. One time for the underdog. One time for the underdogs. One time for the underdogs. One time for the underdogs. One time for the underdog. Off the porch like a stoop, off the chain like the collar loose. Plenty obstacles I've been hopping through in life, struggle, strife. I never call a truce, I fight tooth and nail and I do what's right. The good prevailing chances is usually slight. The snake's glare when you super nice. I ain't wanna stay square, so I threw the dice.
Come on.
I knew the price to pay and paid attention. The old heads talk, I listen. 1, 3, 5 odds stacked against me. 10 toes guarantee a victory. Can't fold when the temps get frigid. Only one focus like Cindy lenses. The critics bitching, really just fishing. I whistle Dixie like Mr. Griffin. Don't at me with your little rap beef facts. Way different from what you were saying last week. Mad reasons to leave this little fucked up town. Avoided the crash scene, now I'm buckling down. I done enough now to quit running around and needing the side hustle for balance. I done came a long way, scraping under the couches, making pennies to the company's thousands. I come from a place that's full of hate, no love is lost. Too much pride to cut it off. Back against the wall, day one struggle off. One time for the underdog. One time for the underdogs. One time for the underdogs. One time for the underdogs.
Shady.
One time for the underdogs.
One time for the underdogs. Ain't about the dough, I ain't fucking with y'all. Putting in work, don't need fucking applause. You say that you working, I'm fucking appalled. Stay in the cut like I'm ducking the law. You stay in the rut like a fucking mud ball. Sorriest ones, I ain't running with y'all. This ain't Mario 1, you ain't jumping this balls. Bunch of flunky rappers, little junky rappers,
that was hard.
some fucking bums. Don't give us reason to jump the gun, cause if shit hit the fan, you would tuck and run. Cut them boys off and I doubled my funds. An album a month and I doubled my run. Now they saying shit, ain't one of them ones. We eating good, ain't no more hunting for crumbs, bitch. Eating good as a motherfucker. On a roll like I just ordered sushi. Been killing shit since I wrote on my loose sleeve. Swearing y'all stepping, but really y'all goofies. Why y'all be talking so loosely? Fuck around and you gon' get served a two-piece. You'll be in the market for some new teeth. Hard on the net, but in real life you cool shit.
I come from a place that's full of hate, no love is lost. Too much
It's hard, bro.
cut it off. Back against the wall, day one struggle off. One time for the underdog. One time for the underdogs. One time for the underdogs. One time for the underdogs. One time for the underdogs.
Yeah, dog. Yeah, bro. I love it. I love it. What do you think whenever you listen back to that after it's just been released to the world for, the past 2 hours? How do you feel about it?
I like it. I was excited about the song when I first made it. I was just excited, honestly, to finally get one with Chad, man, because we've been, talking for a while on the internet about doing one. And the first one we had lined up, he was on tour, and I ended up just kind of finishing the song because I was in a pinch where I needed to put something out.
Yeah.
And then we finally met in person at the Mobile Home Bash. Shout out Marcotic. That show that
Shout out to Mark.
Yeah. That show he put on, man. That was the first time I actually met Chad in person, and super, super cool dude, man. And I was just glad I got to work with him because, I was watching his content, bro, before I even knew he was a rapper. And, a lot of people that's been around in the lane, they know that he was like OG media guy. You know what I mean? Like he was the one getting all the doing all that. You didn't know that about Chad?
No, I don't.
Yeah,
I didn't
bro.
know. This is my first time hearing him or seeing him or anything. I was telling one of my moderators earlier, my page manager, actually, her name's Jody. What's up, 2P1? What's up, Jody? DM, everybody. I see y'all in the chat. I was telling her earlier, I was like, listen, I wanted to talk. I got questions that I want to ask about the song. There's questions I want to ask about how he picks beats, how he chose to do this feature with Chad R. Mace. And I was about to say his name like that, like a Macy's perfume. And she was like, no, dude, it's pronounced Arms. So I just didn't. I wasn't familiar with him, but he had a dope verse. What made you hear this beat and say, okay, Chad? You know what I mean?
If I'm being honest, I made the song for Chad. Like I told when me and Chad met at the Mobile Home Bash, I didn't have a song like in the chamber that I just wanted him to get on or anything like that. It was like I was like, I need to make a song for me and Chad to get on, and I made that song. And because I can be really intentional with stuff like that sometimes. It's like, and honestly, sometimes it helps me make better songs, because if I'm just like thinking in my own head about what kind of song I want to make for me, if I'm not in like a very, I guess, like inspired place, like I don't know, you feel it mentally, and like, whenever you just know you're about to cook, if I'm not like in that mode and I don't just like feel something, sometimes it does help if I'm like, I've had that happen a couple times where like I'm gonna try to make a song, for this person that's agreed to work with me, and sometimes it comes out easier because it feels like it takes a little bit of pressure off of me because I can think outside of like what I would say, and like I go to like what's a common ground between the two of us. And I feel like Chad is super slept on, man. He's been known so long, as like the media guy in the lane, but in reality, he raps.
Yeah.
Like he raps
he's
as good
on
or
that.
better than like 90% of the lane, if I'm being honest. Like he's a really, really dope rapper, and his catalog is super deep. He just spits verses out, bro. And he went on a crazy run last year. I think he dropped like an album a month. He said it in the verse. And that was like in real time too. Like he was just constantly in the studio, and yeah, I mean, he's insane with it, man. You can tell he's been doing it for a long time, and he's a staple in this shit, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to have to dig in. I'm going to have to do my due diligence. I wasn't aware.
Yeah, bro. His whole camp, honestly, is tough as hell. If I'm being honest, bro. Like his whole camp, he's him, his homie O&E. Like O&E is so cold, bro. O&E's so cold. He's got that new one that he done not long ago. It was on Struggle Jennings' album or whatever. I think it's called Trap House or something like that. Anyways, that song is fire, bro. That song is fire.
I like Struggle too.
So you see what Captain Kirk just said. Have you ever seen the 10-minute freestyle from Jelly Roll?
Oh yeah, classic.
Chad's the cameraman.
Okay. Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So he's literally like he is OG. Okay. He's OG status.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Appreciate that, Captain Kurt. But so all right. So with that being kind of the process on how you think about when you're creating a song and you're thinking to yourself like, I want this feature, you kind of make this song specifically for that feature. But like, what would be your favorite feature that you've ever been a part of, and how did that come about?
Well, I mean, it's not like that with every feature that I've ever done. I have like the song with me and Target, that Straight Pipe Hymn song. I made that song just like out here, just writing, just like recording. Like I found a dope beat. I heard a melody. I done my gibberish thing. I went back, put words to it. I had like a phrase that went with the melody, and I ended up, writing the hook, doing it. And I really sent it to Target. But when I sent it to Target, I had it in mind, like, I could really hear Target on this song, but I don't know if he'll want to get on it or not. So I sent it to him like, hey, what do you think about this song? First of all. Secondly, if you like it, is it something that you would get on? If not, and you don't want to get on it, but you do like it, who would you recommend for the song? And he just texted me back and was like, I'm writing now. And like, he immediately hopped on the song. So it's different, but like if I'm just writing by myself, I'm trying to switch up my process now to try something different and see if I can pull something different out of me, I guess. But for the longest time, the past year and a half, it's just been like listen to beats, and the beat will spark an idea or spark a vibe or something, and I'll just kind of build a song from there.
I wanted to ask you about beats too, actually. First of all, who produced this beat? That's a
BeatStars joint.
All right.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's how a lot of people get their beats and stuff like that. So I didn't know if you had some production skills or, Target produces as well. So I didn't know if like it came from that. Is that how you normally attack getting your beats?
I've done it a few different ways. I've bought custom beats, like most of the Trainwreck Kenny songs I got, which happen to be like my most viewed songs. Grinding in Silence was the first one that I had that had like a little pop. And Forgive Me. And then Lifelong is my biggest one. All those are Trainwreck Kenny. And that's like, I hit him up like, hey, I need a beat. What are you feeling? I try to give him a direction, but I'm always terrible at that because I always tell him like, bro, I don't know what I'm feeling until I hear it really. And I would like, right now I kind of feel, like this or whatever. He'd make something. And then, sometimes I'd use it, sometimes I wouldn't. And then, but when I'm just in a mood where it's just like, bro, I've got to record something tonight, Like
Yeah.
the easiest way to do it is to get on BeatStars or get on YouTube or whatever, and then anything that's on YouTube is going to have a BeatStars link. But there's a real
Interesting.
downside. There's a real downside to doing it that way on like
Okay.
the copyright side of things. But
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
but unless you just got access to like multiple producers that are just going to feed
Right.
you beats all the time, man, it's and I've got maybe two or three that do, and it's just sometimes I go through them and I don't feel nothing. But they'll send me a pack of 5 beats. They might be dope, but if they don't spark an idea, they don't spark an idea. And then I'm also the type that if I sit out here, if I'm in the mood to write and I come out here, because I'm like very when I get in the zone, inconveniences frustrate me. So like
Yes.
if I come out here and I'm like, oh, I'm ready to cook on this mic, bro. I'm about to make a song. I can feel it. And then I come out here and I listen to beats for 30 minutes and I've went through, 30 beats and I haven't found anything. I'm over it. Like, it's just like,
Oh man, wow. Okay.
It kills my whole vibe. So it's like, and it.
So hip hop nerd question real quick. Do you write to the beat? You write to the beat, or you write and then find a beat?
I don't technically write. I don't write anything technically. I don't write my lyrics out until I type them out in order to put them in the YouTube description.
Wow, bro. That's crazy. That's awesome.
I punch in, but I don't do like one bar at a time punch in. I'll because I am more strategic with my lyrics.
Yeah.
I'm not just like, let's say something that rhymes and move on, or say something cool and move on. Like I pay attention to rhyme schemes and entendres, and I try to build schemes. And you can't do that one bar at a time. Like if you're gonna do like a scheme where you got an entendre and then you got like a good rhyme scheme within it, and then you got like the next bar plays off the previous bar and that kind of stuff. You kind of gotta like piece all that together at one time to figure out how it's all going to be worded. So I'll just kind of piece it together in my head. It might be a 2-bar section or a 4-bar section. And then right here where I'm sitting, this microphone, I just hit record rather than type it out, which I love it. I feel like it's the same process for anybody that writes. They're going to think of it the same way while they're listening to the beat, and then they're going to type it down, and then eventually they'll go to the studio with a whole verse. But for me, it's just like my studio is at home. It's right here. I'm running it. I'm recording myself anyway. So I like to write without distractions. So this is going to be the place where I'm at, writing without distractions. So rather than type it out, I just hit record.
The Jay-Z Lil Wayne way, bro. That's amazing, though. That's amazing. Like, a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people that I've talked to that are pen and padders or even typing it in the phoners, I admire it. I think everybody that knows about rapping and writing that style, even if you're punching in every 4 bars or every 6 bars, I still think that that's super, super dope, man. That's special, super special.
Yeah, there's plus sides to it, and there's downsides to it. Like if you're not careful, you can leave out your breath marks and put yourself in a bad position when you're performing the song. There's the memory argument. I don't go for the memory argument because by the time I finish it, I've heard the song freaking 1,000 times. So I'm not gonna forget it anyways. Like, so that's the memory part's not really a thing to me, but for some people it is, because they'll go in there and they'll punch one bar, the shit's done. And then they leave the studio because they're at like somebody else's studio or something. You know what I mean? And then it's like, hey, and then they put the song out. I'm the type that like, I sit on everything. Like I listen to it. I'm out here. Like, even if I send it off for a professional mix, like, cause I mix some of my stuff I don't, but even if I'm not the one even if I'm not the one that does the final mix, I'm going to at least attempt to mix it. Just to get a decent reference track to the engineer, because stylistically there's things that I like in my mix that other artists don't particularly do or like. You know what I mean? So by the time all that's done, I've heard the song so many times, I'm not forgetting the lyrics.
That makes sense. So if you don't mind me asking, man, this is something that I've been wanting to ask you. What is rap to you? What is hip hop to you? Like, what does it mean to you? What kind of hip hop fan are you?
Man, I don't know how to like actually word that. I mean, I can tell you what I love about I became, and I spoke on this a little bit. I think it was last week when I was with Lacey and them.
Lacey and Carol. Shout out to Lacey and Carol, by the way.
You know, I grew up listening to if we all grow up listening to whatever our parents are playing, right? So like for my parents, it was my mom loved like 90s country, and I'm a 90s baby. I was born in 92. So obviously lots of 90s country growing up in the 90s in the South, lots of 90s country, George Strait, that whole era. And my mom loved like hair bands like Guns N' Roses and Poison and you know Bon Jovi, and like I don't know if you would consider all of them hair bands, but you know what I mean, that whole style of rock and roll, and some Southern rock and stuff, you know, Leonard Skinner, that type of thing. So I grew up around that, and then somewhere like late 90s, early 2000s, hip hop kind of became a more popular genre. And I want to say like one of the first CDs that I had was like the Eminem Show, and I listened to it. I used to listen to it in my room. I used to listen to it in my room on my PlayStation 1. That was the first PlayStation that would play CDs, and I would listen to it.
Me too.
Yeah, and I can't remember if I had the clean version or not. I remember my mom not being a fan of like me listening to it. Because, you know, back then he was very. I don't think I was really comprehending what he was saying most of the time. But
how old are you, if you don't mind?
I'm 34.
Okay,
right?
all right.
I'm telling you, I'm about got where I
that makes sense.
34.
That makes sense, because when the Eminem Show came out, for me, that's one of my favorite albums of all time, and I remember that was just when I was starting to understand kind of everything he says. So a couple of years younger than me, you would have been kind of like ignorant to some of that stuff for sure.
Yeah.
Like Drips.
Yeah. Well, you know, and then also it's like a way faster pace than and a lot more wordy.
Oh yeah.
And so like sometimes it's hard with a technical rapper. It's like you got to really listen to them to really catch everything they're saying anyways. And if you're a kid, you're not really, most of that's going to go over your head anyways. But
that's
you know,
true.
I liked it because it was like kind of funny. You know, it was my bum is on your lips. My bum is on, you know, all that shit was just, it was funny.
Yeah.
And he was popping on MTV at the time and all that. And then I remember like, I want to say it was like junior high when Get Rich or Die Trying come out. And I had that CD.
My favorite.
Bro, I had that CD in my no skip portable CD player on the bus and just on repeat.
It's my favorite album ever.
So I'm gonna get to a point here. This is what I was telling you in text messages. My mind spiderwebs.
Oh no, come on with it, bro. I love it.
So when
spiderweb away.
Around that time in junior high, I think I was around 12 years old. A buddy of mine that had like a new kid moved into the neighborhood or whatever. We were skateboarders and all this stuff at the time. He was skateboarding. We met him. He was already better than us. He was a new kid. He was cool. I went up to his house one day and he's in the bedroom playing guitar. And I just thought like, this guy can't get any cooler. And that was like one of the first times that I ever like seen anybody that I knew like just like create music like with their body. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I thought it was the coolest shit ever. So I begged my parents for a guitar. I got a guitar, like a cheap little Walmart First Act electric guitar for Christmas that year. And I locked myself in the room and I played guitar every day. I learned how to read tabs. I taught myself a lot.
Oh, wow.
But I taught myself the wrong way. And I've said this 100 times. I'm no longer a great guitar player because I went so many years without playing it. But but yeah, at 14 years old, I was probably as good as most any 14-year-old, if I'm being honest. I knew like 3 other kids at my school that played guitar, and I was better than all of them at that time. You know what I mean?
That's hard. Yeah.
And then I taught a couple of friends, and then they were better than me within a few months. I was like, fuck y'all. Like y'all, they just picked up on it. They picked up on it so naturally. And I remember feeling like I had hit like a plateau with it, and I just started kind of just being a teenager, kind of grew out of love with it, you know, didn't play it as much. And then my homies over in the trailer park, I started hanging out over in the trailer park stuff. They had a studio, you know, we had Cool Edit Pro and all this stuff, and they were making making their own beats on Reason and you know, recording in the closet with a microphone and like a clothes hanger with a pantyhose over the you know, like the homemade pop filter.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Hobie was like taking apart other computers to put more RAM in this computer and like for real, just like whatever they could get their hands on to try to like, you know, have a rap studio going. And
fire.
I ended up, you know, messing around with rap and stuff. And I remember being like I was already a fan of rap at that point. I'm listening to it regularly. But in my mind, I'm thinking like vocally, I'm not a good singer. I can't like I don't want to try to pick up another instrument and start over. I know how long I worked. And if I'm being honest, bro, I thought that rapping was going to be easy. Like I was like, no, you rhyme and you stay on beat. I can do that. And that was my mindset when I started. And then like listening back, like that shit was terrible. But because I got so like kind of like fascinated with it, I became a big fan of the art of it and the technical side of it. And learning
which is fire.
Like what is so special about being a rapper, because like at first glance, if you're not a fan of hip hop or you're not a fan of rap, at first glance, it's like, oh, they're just saying vulgar, cool stuff and they're rhyming on beat. And it's like, no. Like these dudes are still rapping in key. Like you start learning rhyme schemes and metaphors and entendres. You start really peeling back the layers of the skill of like lyricism.
Yeah,
it's a whole nother ball game. And when I started like getting hip to that and understanding it, I was like mind blown. And of course I couldn't help but to attempt to get good at all of it. And
I love it. I love that story.
So that's what it was for me. It was like develop a skill. Like how good could I get at this? That's what it was. I was fascinated by it because it was like I wasn't familiar with how to make rap music, and through learning how to make rap music and what makes it impressive, or at least what makes it impressive to me. Now, granted, there's still artists out there that do just say cool shit, and now there's an art to that too, of just being catchy and just having the swag, you know what I'm saying, just having the swag on the beat. That's a separate skill that some of us don't possess. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
but
it is. I
was always more fascinated by like the technical rappers and stuff. So
me too. Me too. Get Rich or Die Trying is my favorite album of all time. I ask you that because, like, I feel like my dad, I don't know. I don't want to get into all that. This is your interview, but I had a pretty rough, like, childhood going into teenage years, really going into adult years. And I feel like hip hop was like my getaway. And it was also at the same time, like a source of superpower. I can't explain it. It made me feel like if these guys are invincible, I can be invincible no matter what I've been through, no matter what and that's why I love hip hop the way I do. Right. So I was just curious to know how it shaped you, how it molded you. And that's awesome. Like, you know, Get Rich or Die Trying in the Eminem show, and then the 8 Mile movie itself, all of that, that whole time frame was literally like I was obsessed, bro. Like I woke up thinking about rap. I went to bed thinking about rap. I was talking about rap to people who didn't care about rap. I wanted to be a rapper. That's why I'm so thankful today that I actually get to talk about hip hop on my channel and, you know, do stuff like this. I'm really grateful for the opportunity that I have here because I couldn't rap. I wasn't good at it.
and on that side of it, you know, to speak more on that side of it, I mean, there's a lot of memories and a lot of lessons and you know, like great times, but also bad times, and like like some turmoil and a lot of like me trying to figure out who I was as a person at the time when hip hop was all I was listening to. And, you know, like when I started hanging out over in the trailer park, you know, with the homies that, you know, maybe we wasn't the best examples for one another. You know what I mean? Like we didn't exactly influence each other the right ways. And, you know, we put ourselves in fucked up situations and done shit that we had no business doing. And you know what I mean? Like nothing too crazy, but just experimenting with things we shouldn't have and doing things that we shouldn't have.
Of course.
And just, you know, learning how to be, I guess just learning how to what to do and what not to do, and how to move and how not to move in life. And that group of kids, or I mean, they're my age, but you know what I'm saying? That group of kids, us back then, like all we were listening to was rap music at the time, and it was it's a big part of my life. The Misbehaving Caucasians, Famous just put it in the chat.
Yeah.
That song.
Yeah.
I start off that song really like my verse is really more storytelling, and I'm trying to like paint a picture. Like that's kind of really, I mean, there's a message to that song too, but I got another one coming that's more descriptive along the same vibe. But like that's the era, and back then, bro, in my opinion, friggin' hip hop was at its peak. In my opinion, I mean, we had you're talking mixtape Lil Wayne, you had like 3-6 Mafia with some hot joints and stuff. You had
Half on the sack on some blow. Yeah, bro.
Hey, and then you had, bro, you got to think of all the people that popped off around that time, because I graduated high school in 2010. So around that time, bro, you're talking Wayne in his prime, Drake first starts popping
Drake in his prime. Love Drake, by the way. I'm a Drake fan, dude.
Yeah, bro, I'm a huge Drake fan. All the whole Young Money movement, bro, and then who you had, bro? J. Cole pops off around the same time. He pops out at the same time. Mac Miller pops out at the same time. Future pops out at the same time. Kendrick pops out at the same time. Most of these guys are still the head guys now.
They're dominant now. Yeah.
And T.I. was still hot at the time too. Yeah, like T.I., that was you can have whatever you like.
That
was that era
ATL days.
He had some earlier shit where he really popped
Jeezy.
off. He was still Jeezy, bro. Jeezy, Kanye.
Yeah.
But I mean, come on.
Also one of my favorites, bro. I love Kanye West.
Like,
Jesus,
you
bro.
Can't. That's a crazy lineup when you really look back at like that's what
we were
was
spoiled.
Popping when that's what was popping when we was in what we would call like our prime. You know what I mean? Like that was the prime. Dude, I don't think it
music was so good, bro. Like like my kid, she's about to be 13 like next week, and she plays travel softball, and they all have their little walkout songs and softball DJs and stuff like that. You will never hear a song playing through those videos other than our generation's music. And I just think that's a testament to our generation's music. Our generation's music was so much better than what's coming out today. But it's those same people that are just trying to chase some kind of TikTok microwavable hit, which it does lead me to ask you. I want to ask you this, TJ. Would you prefer to just have a hint of success and to kind of keep doing what you're doing as a hobby? Or would you prefer for this to be the forefront career of your existence? Like all in, and, rap pays the bills completely. What would you prefer?
I mean, I don't know. I've said many times, like, if I had if I was a one-hit wonder, I wouldn't be mad at it. If it changed my life enough to where it could financially support me, and I'm smart enough with my money to kind of like make it last, I wouldn't be mad at that, because I don't care to fight necessarily for relevance or fame or attention. I'm not like an attention-seeking person. I honestly don't like being the center of attention most of the time. Like I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's something it's unfortunate that like with the thing that you like to do the most, that's the only way you can be successful with it, is to be like popular and the center of attention and all those things. So like some people are in it for that as much as they are the other side. And for me, it's just like, I would just I like to make music. So it would be awesome if this is what I had to do for a living. If there was a world where I could create music, drop it, and then not be on the internet and not have to like do the content creator thing and not have to do, all that. And I could just somehow like, that would be perfect world.
Yeah, it would. Like, I feel that way as a creator too.
Yeah. I mean, as far as it being like, but I'll be honest, some of the things that used to stress me out in the beginning, like I enjoy it more. I think it's really about, I'm learning to love it more. Like I think it's more about how you do it and who you do it with. That's a big part of it. And when I say that, because like my first thought when you said like the forefront of my career and stay busy with this, like I'm thinking like, well, that would mean I have to be on the road a lot. And I don't want to like, I don't know that I'm willing to, I had this talk with somebody not long ago. I was like, bro, I don't know that I got what it takes to be like a big dog in any type of music lane, you know, this lane or that lane or whatever lane, just because like, I don't like, I understand you got to make sacrifices for this, but if you're asking me like, what do I want more, a music career or time with my daughter, I don't know what fucking argue, like what kind of answer you expect.
That's fair. I think that I don't know. Those are questions. I think about these things coming from the perspective of just like content creating, right? Where I feel like, okay, I want to be. Well, there was a time before I started any of this where I felt like I want to be like the next Stevie Knight, the next Knox Hill. Like I want my channel to do this, but I also want, you know, time with my babies. And this even now, like this stuff takes time away from your family. But I also feel like I believe in myself to the degree where I feel like I can present a better life for them in the future if I tackle it head on. So I guess my question comes kind of from like, in my beginning, it was like, in my beginning of doing this, it was like, okay, this is a hobby. I'm having fun with this. And then it turned into, I think I can actually do this. Like, I think I can actually like really, I think I can do this to the point where I don't have to work any other jobs. And I think I owe it to myself to try to figure that out. So maybe I should have phrased the question a little bit differently. You know what I mean? But that's kind of what I'm asking you is, do you feel like
okay. So there is a way to do, especially like what you're talking about. Like at the end of the day, I don't just, I'm not a stay-at-home dad that homeschools my child. Like, it's not that. She has to go to daycare or she has to go to the grandparents in the summertime when the daycare is closed, and I have to go to work, you know, for 8 hours a day. Like, that's not really, that's just like baseline. Like, that's minimum.
Okay.
That's standard. Like, that's everything after that, though. Like, that's why most of the time, like, I don't work on music until, you know, about this time at night when she's in the bed. Or if she is like staying the night at the grandparents, I'll take advantage of that, try to spend more time in the studio. I don't mind traveling here and there. There's more of the traveling stuff. I think there's a way to juggle it, but it would just be about making it worth it. I think there's a way to juggle it. I would love for my daily routine to be like, get up in the morning, send them off to work and school, and then come out here and work in the studio. And then whenever they get home, like this is my 9 to 5. And then whenever they get home, you know, whatever. Yeah. And then as far as the traveling or the shows, if they come, I'll hopefully be in a position where I can kind of like pick and choose where and when. And you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, but no, that would be great. Yeah, that would be, I think, you know, best case.
Ideal. But I mean, there are some people out there. I'm sorry. There are some people out there that would prefer just to kind of keep it as a hobby. You know what I mean? Like I have a friend, his name's Legacy, one of the greatest artists I've ever had the pleasure of getting to know. He's amazing.
Adam?
Like
Legacy.
No,
Adam?
his name's just Legacy, 2 G's, Leggacy. And he's an incredible artist, bro. And he'll put together like a little mixtape and he puts it out, and then he doesn't do anything after that. There's no YouTube videos, there's no Instagram, and I'm like, bro, you have to put in some work here to get this heard. And he's just like, no, I'll just do it. This is what I love for me. And I'm looking at it like, bro, your music is literally incredible. Like, it's incredible, bro. Like, incredible music. And that's why I ask, because some people just really, you know, they just love doing it, and just that's why they do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I'll say that, like, even if I ever decide, if I get to a point where I'm like, you know what, this is just going to be a hobby, like that's a possibility too. But I'm also the type that, like, I had to try. You know what I mean? Like I can't. Like sometimes, and I'm not saying that your friend is saying this, but sometimes people will say things like that, and they're really kind of low key in denial. Like, I think the dream life is do what you love and try to make that your job. Like, I think that is what everybody should want to do, because I don't, like, even for me, like window tinting, I don't hate window tinting. I like it a whole lot more than anything else I've ever done. It's way more good than bad, but I still have days where I'm just like, bro, I don't, like, you know, I got a car that's just like super aggravating, or I get put in a bad spot with accidents happen, and now I lost money on this one, or I mean, that's just part of doing business, though. You know what I mean? And but it's also a part, you kind of gotta, now that I'm saying that, it's like, well, that's going to be a thing in music too. Like, there's still going to be days where I'm like frustrated because I got writer's block, or I ain't feeling this, or I don't like what I just did. I don't like the way this turned out, or whatever. This ain't going great. And, and maybe I did lose money trying to, between shooting this video and whatever. And I mean, that's, I don't know. I just felt like I kind of owed it to myself to try and do something with it. I'm getting to a point now where I'm starting to, like, I don't want to say slow down, but I'm getting a little more carefree, which I think is good, because I think I think I'm going to end up making better music, if I'm being honest, because I feel like almost, I don't want to say I made better music because I wasn't as knowledgeable and as dialed in when I first started back, like 2 years, 2, 3. Well, it's probably been about 3 to 4 years now when I like really started back at it. I wasn't as sharp then, like on a technical level, engineering and like recording just the process of it. I wasn't as dialed in as I am now. But I felt like the music, sometimes it almost felt slightly different because I didn't have high hopes for it when I done it. It was like I was doing it for the love, but there was so many parts of the process that I was doing wrong, or I wasn't great at, because I was still learning at that time too, as to where now, like, I still have plenty to learn. Like, music's something that you can just always continue to learn and grow at, but I'm a lot further now. So if I can get back to like kind of like that, a lot less pressure and a lot more just like kind of willy-nilly with it. I feel like eventually I'll just make better music, because I went through a phase where, like, when I felt like I was like getting some traction and I was getting some recognition, and I was just like beating myself up, like just like trying to keep the pace. Like, oh, you got to make something, you got to make something fire. Like I was putting a lot of pressure on myself to deliver,
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, what was that? All right. So with all of that being said, what was it like whenever you got that call from Adam? Or I don't know if it was a phone call or whatever, but whatever happened to get you on that feature for 10? Because I think that's a lot of our first time hearing you. What was that moment like?
It was, so the way that happened, there's a guy named City Chief. Shout out City Chief. I don't know if you're familiar with City Chief. City Chief used to be a judge on the Rundown. I knew City Chief, and I'm so sorry I'm going so far back in the story. This is almost going to probably sound irrelevant at the end, but I like to give City Chief. I like to give City Chief his flowers, because every time I talk to him, he's like, "I knew you first, motherfucker." But I worked with him because we met like through TikTok on like an open verse challenge I did on one of his little things or whatever. And then I ended up being on the Rundown, which is the competition that Triple T runs. And City Chief was a judge. Me and City Chief kind of end up talking on the phone more. City Chief's like, "Bro, why don't you get a verse with Hard Target?" And I'm like, "I don't know Hard Target. Like, I don't, And he's like, "Hold on." And he like puts us on a 3-way. I talk to Target, whatever. We exchange numbers. Target's like, "Yeah, I'll work with you, whatever." Done a song with Target that I never put out. And then me and Target would just kind of send songs back and forth. Like, "What do you think about this? What do you think about this?" We would talk like engineering and stuff, and just here and there, not like every day or nothing, just like once a week, maybe sometimes once a month, whatever. And then Target shared a video, like a reel which was a snippet out of my Forgive Me video. He shared it to his story. Adam replied to the story and was like, "That dude's snapping." And Target screenshot it, sent it to me, and said, "Adam said you suck." And then, yeah, that's how, that's Target. But,
that sounds like Ryan. Yeah.
Yeah. So then, I don't know. It was like a week or two later. He texted me. He was like, "Yo, Adam wants to work with you." And then, we did 10, and yeah, bro,
you snapped.
Turned out dope. Yeah,
It's a great verse, bro. Oh my God, bro. That's a great verse. That's a great verse. I love that song.
That was like a, get with it or get ran over. Like, what you gonna do? Like, what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
I love it, man.
But luckily, when it comes down, like, best situation you can put me in is, "Hey, TJ, all you need to do is deliver a verse. Here's the topic. Here's the song. All you need to do is deliver a verse." That's like, that's the least stressful way for me to make music. Cause like, okay, I can do that. I can lace up a verse. Like,
Yeah.
when I
Yeah,
gotta
you
come out
smoked
there and
it.
when I got to come up with concepts and melodies and figure out something that's all going to go cohesive together, find the right beat for it and all that. Sometimes that shit will stress me out, but it's like, okay, you already got a fire song and you just want a verse. That's it. I just got to rap.
Yeah. Come on.
Run it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love your melodic nature has always been intriguing to me too, man, because, well, let me ask you this. Do you consider yourself, I ask everybody this. I've asked Target this. I asked Simple this. I've asked Adam this. They all have the same answer. You probably have the same answer too, but I'm going to ask it regardless. Do you consider yourself a country rapper, or do you just consider yourself a hip hop artist that leans into country or leans into indie or leans into these different sub pockets and subgenres?
More of the latter.
Facts.
And it's, you know, I feel like I'm as much of a country rapper as any of the country rappers, if I'm being honest. I mean, there's like far country rappers that, like, you know, they have a certain sound in every one of their songs, and they say certain topics in every one of their songs. I definitely have songs that are definitely country rap songs, and I definitely have songs that are not even close to country rap. Appearance wise, maybe some people are going to look at me and assume I'm a country rapper, regardless of what kind of song it is. And then obviously we're at a point where now, like, the circle I run in and stuff, it's like, yeah, most people would say I'm a country rapper. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I've never my favorite artists are the ones, like, my top 2 favorite artists ever is Yellow Wolf and Mac Miller. And I know for most people, you're going to want me to say somebody a very old school OG or whatever, but like I've always been the type of guy that I listen to just what's in front of me. Those guys, you know, popped out around the same time. Yella had me. I'm a white kid from Alabama, so like it was the first, like, you could do that in rap too, because I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna be cool. I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna be cool. This dude comes out rapping Catfish Billies and stuff, and all the country shit,
smoking it too. Jesus Christ,
and just smoking, and the amount of respect he got and everything was just like, oh, we can just. He was like a big, like, aha moment for me as a young artist, that, like, oh, you can just be yourself, and Mac Miller, same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, Mac was ill too.
He basically invented what they now want to call frat rap, but he was so much better and beyond that. But another 2 things that those guys have in common is the fact that, like, whatever album they got that's about to come out, I can guarantee you it's not going to sound like the last one. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have
That's the best.
You're going to have to go into it open-minded. And, you know, I mean, Yella's got just, like, very
love story.
He's got very Tennessee rap sounding songs. He's got, and then his voice and stuff's unique, and his melodies and stuff is always unique. And you know what I mean?
Love Yellow Wolf, bro.
He's got, like, that Sometimes Why album that he did with Shooter Jennings.
Crazy.
Like a Southern rock, bro. It's phenomenal.
Crazy.
And
it makes no sense. I'm like, what in the hell?
Then he turned around and dropped some shit like Mudmouth, which is fire.
Jim Jones production. Yeah, bro. It's insane. Yellow Wolf is so good, bro. Yellow Wolf is probably my favorite artist ever. I don't know, man. It's crazy. Like, what he can do is crazy to me. I'll never count him out. I'll never say he can't do it. He's amazing. But he is one of those people, like, you either get it or you don't. But I feel like even if you don't get it, there's something in his catalog to where you'll like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts. And Mac was also one of those too that, like, almost every time he would drop a new project, it would be something different. You know what I mean? If you listen to, like, what kids, and then you listen to, like, if you listen to Kids and you expect to hear Kids again, and you turn on watching movies with the sound off, you're gonna be like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
It was very abstract, and you could just tell that, like, those 2 guys, bro, they would go in there and make music and not give a fuck about what their audience wants, in a sense. You know, it's like, my audience loves me for me, and they're going to love this, or they're going to hate it, or they're going to get to know me and they're gonna learn that, hey, whatever I'm doing this time is what I felt, and I'm the same way in that sense. Now, I'm not claiming to be nowhere near as talented as those guys, but I'm the same in the sense that I might come out here. You could go through my catalog and see it. You know what I'm saying? You go listen to Play It Safe, and then go listen to like Bama Days. Two totally different sounds. Or go listen to like the When the Wind Blows song. That was a very experimental song. Like I was just like, that's what I was feeling. I wrote some shit. I was playing around with songwriting and stuff. I've got some other songs that are like, the way I've structured them and written them is they're just like country songs. I don't feel like I have the best voice for country music, but like if that's what I feel like doing, I'm gonna do it. Now I might not.
I respect it,
but so yeah, I don't like to be boxed in, but I mean it is what it is, and I am where I am, and I knew that whenever I started throwing my hat in the ring, like around the time of the rundown, I already knew where it was gonna go. Like not like, oh, I knew I'd be right here and make it, like not that, but I'm saying like I knew that I was gonna be coined as a country rapper regardless of what I did, especially like with me just speaking my truth. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm from Alabama, and I grew up like that. So
no, fair. Yeah.
If I keep it real, that's what it's gonna be.
I don't frown on country rap, bro. There's a lot of rappers in country rap that can't rap well, but I also grew up in a cross between, like, my mom lived in the sticks, literally in a cotton field, and my dad and my grandparents and my folks in Savannah, they were, that was gutter. So there was this back and forth that my whole life. And bro, I'd be lying to you if I tell you I didn't love Bubba Sparks when Ugly came out, or that I didn't love Field Mob when Sick of Lonely came out. And like I've always, and Nappy Roots, right? Oh no, hell no, boy, all of that, bro. That's kind of what shaped country rap to me and my brain. And when Yellow Wolf came, it was like the perfect balance.
Yeah,
no,
I would agree with that too. Like even some of the older like to me, like even the wasn't it David Banner, the Cadillac song?
Yeah, 22s. Like,
the accent and the deliverance, and when you grow up like in the dirty South, like down here where I'm at, like that's the way folks talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like and it was so authentic, and that whole, like there's another one out of I want to say they're out of Montgomery or Birmingham. If Famous is in the chat, he'll know, but the Dirty Boys.
Dirty Boys? Okay.
Dirty Boys.
I actually feel like I have heard of them, but I can't put my finger on who. I can't put my finger on it.
They had, what was their big song that they had? That was God, they had like one or two like really big songs or fairly big songs.
I feel like I know that name, bro.
If he's in the chat, he'll put it, but he might not be.
I feel like I know that. I do feel like I know that name, Dirty Boys. Hit the Flow. I was literally about to say that. Yeah, I was okay. All right, cool. I know who that is.
And then we had some other ones. Was Dirty Boys the same ones? Kicks was Famous. Was Dirty Boys the same ones that had the 6 Deep Creeping song, or was that somebody else? Dude, there's a song called 6 Deep Creeping. The mix and master on is terrible, but like
I know that record too. I do know that record.
6 Deep Creeping.
I do. Yeah, I actually
the suspension weekend.
This girl right here, Jody, she's from Alabama. I think that she's the one that put me on that. She might have, because I just heard it recently. It was, I don't remember it exactly, but I remember hearing it, and she might have been the one that was talking about it.
Yeah, same group. Okay, so
cool.
they're from I think it's Montgomery. I'm pretty sure they're from Montgomery, but which isn't far from me. That's like 45 minutes, maybe an hour down the road. I can get to Montgomery from where I'm at. So,
that's dope.
Yeah, I'd say probably between an hour and a half. But yeah.
Somebody asked, I think it was DM, said, do y'all consider Paul Wall Texas rap or country rap? I would consider Paul Wall Texas rap.
Yeah, Texas is like almost its own land, just like you got like
Atlanta,
like Atlanta's got a sound. Like Atlanta's in the South too, but like Atlanta's not.
Mm-hmm. It's got its own sound.
Yeah, but it's got its own sound. Like, but now he does have their accent is definitely more. Oh, the early days, anyways. Like their accents and stuff, and the way they talk is definitely. I would argue it's slightly more country than like Atlanta.
Oh yeah, I would think so. I think so too.
Yeah.
Do you feel like? Let me ask you a tint question. What is your? All right, I'll tell you what mine is, and then I want you to tell me what your favorite tint package is too. Because every time I get a new car, we go and I used to do 18% ceramic tint all the way around, and I would do a 50% windshield. But lately, I've been doing 5% or I'm sorry, 35% windshield. Lately, I've been doing 5% all the way around with a 50% windshield ceramic. What's your favorite tint package?
Well, I mean, as far as what's on my vehicles, I have one vehicle that is 5% all the way around with 45 on the windshield. My supplier carries 45; they don't carry a 50. But the only reason it's got the 45 on it is because that was the first windshield I ever tinted, and I was like learning on my own car.
Yeah. So were you nervous about the windshield?
The windshield was the hardest thing to do, and it didn't help that like the windshield that I was trying to teach myself on was very difficult, and I didn't realize it. Like it's one of those windshields that, like at first glance, it's not that curvy, but like it's so long, like it has such a drastic, steady curve that like the fingers on it are huge. If you don't know what fingers are, go watch my video I dropped yesterday, or whatever. But yeah, like but my truck is 5% all the way around ceramic, and I got 35 ceramic on the full windshield, and then I have a 5% strip on top of that. So my truck's super dark.
Oh, dang. Okay. Yeah.
And then my wife's car is 5% all the way around with the 45 on the windshield.
Dope. I was just curious. I did my car like a tint professional would do his car. I just wanted to make sure. So
most of your tent guys are gonna have their shit blacked out because
Yeah. Well, they told me every time I go to this place called Pro Tent in Savannah, shameless plug, I guess. I've been going there for 15 years, but they have told me with every car brought in there, like, well, you have to be careful with the windshield. That's why I asked you about it. If you were like ever worried that you were gonna knock some kind of electrical out or something like that with the windshield.
No, I haven't. I've had one issue early on when I first started, but it was because I was quite literally just winging it and I didn't have everything that I needed yet. And I was, early on, I was like, still learning. And I kind of learned the hard way on a Civic where I tinted it and I didn't use a, what they call a soak rope. And it's like a rope of, it's like a fleece material, but it's like you stuff it down in the dash and it's very absorbent, like a chamois type or like a dry, like the stuff that like the real nice drying towels are made out of. It's a rope. It's a rope made out of that, and you stuff it down between because all your water on your windshield is going to run down that crack between the dash, and it'll catch most of it. You know what I'm saying? And as long as you can keep most of it off of, like, some cars have like the body control modules and stuff right behind the dash, like on the firewall. As long as you don't drench it, you'll be all right.
All right, man. I got some rapid fire questions that I'd like to ask you, if that's all right with you. Have you ever watched Drink Champs, like with Nori?
Yeah.
All right. So they do the. I mean, I'm obviously not going to make you take a shot or anything. Yeah. So that's basically what this is. Are you cool with that?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I know this one now because we just talked about it. But Yellow Wolf or MGK?
Yeah, I gotta go Yellow Wolf.
Me too, bro. All day, every day. Pimp C or Bun B?
I think I'm gonna go Bun B just because I feel like I've heard more Bun B. That might sound like blasphemy, but like.
No, I'd say Bun B too. Well, we probably sound like blasphemy, but I'm super excited. Somebody else says Bun B besides me, bro. Have you ever heard Murder by UGK? It's on the Riding Dirty album.
I probably have, man. I'll be honest, bro. Like, I feel like people are gonna hate me because, like, I'm just not a hip hop historian. Like I said, I just kind of listen to what's been put in front of me. Like, I think I know of more Bun B because he was still running some features and stuff around a time that some of my favorite artists were like popping off and stuff.
I'm gonna send you a song whenever we get off of here, though. You gotta hear this song, bro. Like you gotta hear Bun B rap on this song. It'll change your life.
Every
It'll
time I hear
change your
certain
life.
people mention like certain old school artists, I'm like, I really need to just set aside a day and like go through this artist list and like go through this artist's catalog and stuff. Like to like get familiar.
You're an incredible rapper. Like you're an incredible rapper. You got the melodies, like, but you can also get as good as you are. I feel like by growing up in that era that we were talking about, like that 2010s era was really good, and people sleep on it. They're like, that to me is the golden era of hip hop. Personally, Eminem even had a comeback in 2010 with the Recovery album.
Yep.
Nelly or Chingy?
Nelly.
Same. All right, so far we're on the same boat, bro. Producer wise, okay, I'm not talking about rapping. I'm just talking about production right here. Dr. Dre or Kanye West?
That
one's hard.
I'm not a crazy fan of either, if I'm being honest. I don't.
Production wise, really?
Well, I mean, when I think Dr. Dre, I think like old school, like Snoop, and then like Eminem's early stuff.
Yeah.
And then when I think Kanye, I just think of all his own stuff. I mean,
yeah. Well, that's his beats.
Like who's the better producer?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like because looking at it as a rapper, I feel like I'd love to rap on either one of their beats. I think they're so different. I don't know.
Yeah. That's fair.
I'll take.
It's a tough one.
I'm gonna take Dre just off of the sheer like influence.
It's a good choice.
And just the original.
Still Dre, the beat to Still Dre is.
I don't think you have Mustard without Dre.
Mm-mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%. I think Dr. Dre's a better producer. I think that Kanye West is a better like all around art. Let me think of a good way to put this. I think Kanye West is a better orchestrator. Like made this beat. I need this person here. I want this person writing. I want this person to play the trumpet. Like that's Kanye's, beautiful madness. Dre is just like, he's just got so many like that Still Dre beat is probably my favorite beat ever made. That or Shook Ones Part 2. Those are two really, really dope beats to me.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
All right, you're on the line. So UGA or Alabama?
Like the state, or are we talking like football?
Football.
Oh, I'm a Bulldog fan.
Let's go, TJ. Let's go. Let's go. Chevy or Ford?
I won't move to Georgia, but I'm a Bulldog fan. Chevy. Wait, what?
Chevy or Ford?
Ah, dude. I got both. I mean, if I'm going to buy something new right now, I'm going to buy a Ford. If I'm going old school, I'm going Chevy.
Oh, I'm not mad at that answer, actually. Yeah, I think I would agree with you. I do like I like the new Tahoes, but outside of the new Tahoes and the 1500s, I think that the new F-150s are really sick, bro. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. That's a tough one.
I'm in and out of all of them all the time too. Like as a tenor, and like I just feel like Ford has like the nicer. I don't know. Some of the new Chevys, the interior is pretty, but I feel like Chevy's got more problems right now. They be having transmission problems, and I done had two of them, like the radio, the whole infotainment system, like quit on me in my shop, and there are people trying to like pin me for it, and I like unplugged the battery, hooked it back up, and started working again. Had to call my buddy at the dealership. He's like, "Yeah, it's a common problem. Just tell them to bring it in. We won't blame you. It's free. We'll fix it." And I'm like, "Okay," but I've literally had two of them do it in my shop.
Dang! So that's crazy.
That kind of scares me away from.
That's
Chevy.
nerve-wracking. Yeah. Yeah. All right. As a writer, melodic rap or fast rap? What's more impressive to you?
If I'm going melodic or just fast in general, I'm going melodic.
All right. Me too.
Yeah,
Because a lot of times fast raps are empty.
Yes. Yeah, I would agree.
There's
I would
no
agree.
substance.
I would agree. A lot of them are for sure. Now, with that being said, like some people say, I rap fast. I don't consider myself like a speed rapper. I'm not fucking Twista or nothing. But yeah, like as far as what I'd prefer to listen to, definitely melodic.
Me too. All right. So 2006 or 2016, just in general.
The year?
Yeah. I could tell when you look over to your left like this, I'm like, man, I don't ask the stupid question.
I don't remember what I was doing in both of those years.
That's a tough one to me, man, because I feel like both have like legendary music moments, legendary movie moments, legendary. They're both legendary years for me.
Thinking about my life.
Yeah, my life, your life.
Damn, I was about to say I wasn't quite driving yet in 2006. I was about to say if I was just starting to drive, I'd definitely go that. 16, what was I doing?
The chat saying 2006. I think I'm rolling with 2016. That was like our last great year as a country.
My memory sucks too much for this. I'll go 16.
I love how hard you're thinking about it. That's my favorite part. Is like,
yeah,
you really
I'm trying to
get the right
consider
answer.
all things. Like I can't tell you movies or music that was coming out. I can't tell you like
Yeah.
I remember more what I was doing in 2016 than what I was doing in 2006. I don't know, bro. 2006 was probably pretty freaking lit too for me, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, 2006 was a late year,
a lot
dude.
more carefree because I was not old enough. I don't think I was working yet. I wasn't driving yet. 2006, TJ used a four-wheeler as transportation, and I've ran from the cops on a four-wheeler more times than I have fingers and toes, and that's not cap. That is 100%. That's no exaggeration.
That sounds like the answer then, TJ. That sounds like your answer
I'm going
right
with
there.
2006 just to dust those motherfuckers one more time.
All right. The last one that I have for you, and then there might be a couple of fan questions. I don't know if you'd be willing to stick around for that. But the last one that I have for you it's more of a fun one. I don't want you to confuse this with drama. I'm not trying to do any drama at all. I'm just trying to be fun. Hard Target or Simple Man?
Oh man.
I gotta make it hard.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
And you can say both.
You're
you can
wrong.
say both if you
Both.
you can say both. All right.
Both.
All right.
You're wrong for that.
Yeah,
That's my
but
dog.
if you had an imaginary shot in front of you, you would have to take the shot. That's the way that it goes.
Imaginary, I got one right here. Shit. What do you mean?
Take it. Yeah, you got to take the shot.
I'll take that. Yeah.
Shout out to both of those guys, man. They're both incredible humans, man. Both incredible rappers too. So, you know what's crazy, TJ? I'll tell you something about me, man. I've been listening to Hard Target. I'm 36. I've been listening to Hard Target since I was 14 years old. Is that not nuts?
I feel like I knew that because I watched one of your interviews. I think when you interviewed him, it was like right around the time I was like first finding your channel, and I thought that was crazy, bro. Like
it was such a full circle moment. Whenever I was reacting, I wasn't really listening to him at the time, and that full circle moment of Blasphemy coming out, and my channel fans were like, "Have you heard Hard Target Blasphemy?" And I'm like, "No way. There's no way it's the same Hard Target that I used to listen to growing up." And I used to talk to him like on Twitter, on Facebook, all kinds. Like it's crazy. I wish if I had that Facebook, I would try to find that conversation and send it to him. But
so you knew about Target before he was a country rapper.
Yes, bro.
Even though he still won't admit he's a country rapper.
Yes. And listen, that shit back in the day, bro, that Soldier Status, She Said, like there was a song, I can't remember the name of it, bro, because I just had it on a CD, and the name of the song on the CD said Eminem Lose Yourself Remix. And that's how I learned about him, was like downloading Eminem songs. And it was this song. It had this dial tone at the beginning of it, where you could tell he's typing in a phone number, and it's like a breakup song, bro. That song was so crazy to me, bro. I was like, who is this? And then I found him on SoundClick.
You found I thought I was about to say LimeWire. You found Target on LimeWire? It's crazy.
I did. Yeah. No, it was on LimeWire, and then I found out who he was on SoundClick because
Target
he
old as
put
fuck. Old ass.
Yeah, bro. He is, bro. And he put this link to go like find his music that was attached to the MP3 somehow. I don't know how he did that. So I went and I found like his music, and then I found him on Facebook later on when Facebook became a thing. It's crazy. It's a crazy story, man. But I quit listening to him for a while, and then the blasphemy thing came around, and I was like, this is insane. He's got like 200 something thousand fans now. This is insane. You know what I mean? Versus when I listened to him, nobody knew who he was, bro. Like, except for maybe some Florida people. And I was like, I'm so proud of him and how far he's come. It's just super cool to see. It really is.
I first heard Target. How long ago? I suck at timelines. Whatever time it was, me and my wife, it was before we had our daughter. It's probably about 2 years before we had our daughter. Our daughter's 3.5. So probably about 5 years ago or so, maybe 6 years ago, we had a little side by side, and we was riding like every weekend with my cousin and them. And I was just kind of getting in. Yeah, it might have been closer to like 7 years. I don't know, because I feel like that's around the time that I started really tapping into country rap, like as a fan. Because at first, I hated it. I'm not gonna lie, I hated it at first. And then you go,
which is fair.
You go to mud parks, bro, and you can't escape. You can't escape. Then you fuck around and hear a good song, and you're like, wait a minute,
that's pretty dope. Yeah,
there's somebody over here that can actually make some good music. It sounds super fucked up. I'm sorry.
No, I feel the same way. And I've grown to appreciate. Yeah.
Let me defend myself before all the OGs and shit decide they hate me. Honestly, I think some of the OGs would admit it. I know at least one that would. At the time I heard country rap and it started becoming popular, bro, I was starting to rap and doing all the things that I was telling you about earlier, where I'm super like, if you're not entendres and multi-syllable fucking, you know what I'm saying? If you're not doing all of that lyricism, all like crazy on a technical level, I didn't respect it. And so to me, the early country rap to come out, it was definitely not that. And I think most of those guys would admit that. It was not that. They're country boys rhyming one syllable, maybe three at best, and saying country things. And I wasn't a fan. But when I started hearing like Jelly Roll, bro, like old Jelly Roll, like him and Struggle and stuff, I was like, okay, this is how. I think one of the first ones that really got me on it was I heard like Wheels, When the Wheels Fall Off, or whatever, or Fall Off, or Wheels, or whatever however he titled the song. When the Wheels Fall Off. Yeah, that song, bro. I was like, this is fire. This is how you do. And I dove so deep into Jelly Roll's catalog. I was like, this is how you fucking do country rap. Because he was really just a rapper, but because of his accent and then like some of the shit he would say, it was like that's what kind of like, you know, made him come across, I guess, as country rap. And then the circle he was running in and stuff. So, and then from there I kind of branched out, but I ended up with a crazy like playlist of, not even a playlist that I formed, but like my Spotify algorithm starts feeding me more country rappers. And I heard while we were out in the woods riding and stuff, and I heard the Chevrolet song with Target and the Lax.
Oh yeah.
And I remember like saving it or
That's
hitting
a
the like
big
button
record.
on it or whatever. And you know, started hearing a little bit more Target here and there. And I didn't never to go do like a deep dive on him. And then when I started like dabbling in the lane. I'll be honest, the beef really opened my eyes. Like, I was already like, okay, this dude's a really good, like, just overall, like, songwriter and a great rapper. But then when he, we was already, like, talking at the time when he dropped Blasphemy, I texted him, bro. I was like, that was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh, it was. It was crazy.
Like, I didn't, until then, I didn't know that he had that in him. Like, I knew that he was, like, writing good songs and, like, rapping well. But when he dropped that, I was like, oh, no. Oh, he's one of them. Like, he's one of them. Okay.
Yeah.
Tell him, I was like, bro, that was fucking insane.
It was crazy.
I went through a phase where I watched all of, like, the King of the Dot rap battle stuff, bro. Like,
oh, yeah. I love that shit.
I went through a phase where I was, like, on YouTube every day watching rap battles and, like, Pat Stay, bro. Oh, come on, man.
Rest in peace, man. Yeah,
bro.
He was amazing. Well, Amanda wants to know, when is your next track coming out?
Today. Like 3 hours ago. 4 hours ago. Damn, already?
Shout out to Amanda.
We have another one. I have another one in the chamber that video is already shot for. I always shoot 2 at a time. I shot Underdogs on the way to the Redneck Rave. So we shot it, I don't know, it's probably been like a month or so ago at this point, on the way to the rave. But then while I was at the rave or shortly after the rave, I dropped another one that I already had in the chamber, if I remember right. What was my last song before that? Yeah, Play It Safe. Yeah.
Play It Safe. Yeah.
Yeah, we had Play It Safe drop after the rave. I
like that song a lot too.
I had just dropped Party Foul. I had just dropped Party Foul, like, on the way to the rave or the week before the rave, and then a couple weeks after the rave, I dropped Play It Safe, and then we had already shot 2 more, which was Underdogs, and there's another one coming that I don't know what I'm calling it yet. But it's like,
okay.
See, I got to be a better salesperson, because I was about to say, don't get your hopes up. It's a rap song. It's a rap song. It's a song where I come out here. Sometimes I come out here, and if I don't have any ideas, I'm just like, I'm just gonna rap, and it's one of those. And there's not.
Let's go.
It's not much of a hook to it. It's borderline just a solo cipher.
Oh, that's hard.
I'm just rapping, talking shit.
We've been begging Traylormade to do a cipher for probably 2 years at this point.
To do a cipher. I even pieced up a beat. I found a beat. I done a verse. I sent it. It's like,
oh, come on, bro. Yeah, we need
can't
that.
Use it no more because I'm pretty sure I stole bars from it on one of these songs, if I remember right. I have to go back and listen. Yeah, I did. I definitely stole a bar from it recently.
All right, so Jody wants to know where in Bama you live, because she lives in Bama too.
I live in Phoenix City. Alabama.
All right, she'll know where that's at. And then Kit said, TJ, with all the features you've done, what is one feature still on your bucket list you have not done yet? It's a good question. That's something I should have asked, probably.
Would I do a song with Bubba? Obviously. I mean, I think the obvious answer is going to be like Yellow Wolf. That would definitely be a bucket list feature.
We can make that happen.
Struggle, because I am a big fan of Struggle too.
Me too.
I'd love to do something with Struggle. I'd love to do something with Bubba too. Honestly, Bubba's like low key a bucket list.
Struggle's guest verses are some of the best, bro. He's one of the best artists to get a feature from, I feel like, in the game. All of his guest verses are crazy. All of them. So, yeah, very, very cool. What do you think about Big Murph? Have you done a song with Big Murph yet?
Yeah, me and Big Murph. Big Murph's the first feature I ever did.
I thought so. All right. I thought so. I thought I had that right.
Yeah, Murph's fire, bro. Murph's another one that's like super slept on, that's like on a rapping level. And he's multi-talented too. Like he does it all, bro. And he's Murph's fire, bro. Murph raps his ass off.
I like Murph a lot of different styles in that boy, bro. Like that I've heard. Like when it's funny as a reactor because people will put you on to something. So the first song I think I got put on from him, it was the song about kind of trying to put the bottle down and he's walking through a desert. I can't remember the name of the song, but to me on that song, he sounded like Future almost. Like he had like this crazy melody. And I was like, and flow, bro, like, and enunciating his words so well. And I was like, this dude is amazing. And then the very next thing I heard from him was that song he did with A-Cal back in the day where he's like yelling on it. And I'm like, he can do this too? This is nuts. And just to kind of see him go back and forth, the songs he's done with Simple Man, I like that song, or both of those songs. Yeah, Murph is amazing, bro. I love Murph.
Yeah, yeah, bro. Like he's got a lot like the old stuff that he done with Justin's like that, like real high energy stuff. Yeah, he's got a bunch of different pockets and styles and stuff he can do. Yeah. I see Jody's. She says she's 45 minutes in Lake Martin. Hey, if you're on Lake Martin, Jody, I need you to get you some business cards so you can. I'm gonna print some flyers. I'll pay you $100 to ride around Lake Martin and stuff them in people's mailboxes or tape them to their doors. Those folks are rich.
There you go. She'll do it too. Yeah, she'll do it.
Those folks.
She'll do it.
I need to get a couple of I need to get a couple of house tent jobs down there.
Well, let me ask you.
Rack up out there.
Let me ask you one more thing. Is there anything that you, as a rapper, as an artist, that you have always wanted somebody to ask you, but they haven't asked you, or that I didn't ask you?
I don't know. I don't think I have an answer to that. I don't think so.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah,
I'm sure you could ask a very interesting question that I haven't been asked, but I don't know what that question is.
Yeah, that's all right. That's fine. As long as you're happy and you're happy with the interview, I'm happy, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
And congratulations on your new release. I really like this record. I like the song. I appreciate you coming up here with me and taking the time out of your night to come and hang out with me. I'm humbled, and I hope your career keeps heading in that upward trajectory, man. You deserve it. You're a great artist, a great rapper, and I'm glad that I was able to give you your flowers right here to your face through the computer, sort of, but still. So thank you, TJ. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man, and I appreciate you like letting me come up here, and all this stuff helps.
Pleasure, man.
All this stuff helps. I like doing these things too, man. So I appreciate you.
Cool.
Giving me a platform and taking the time to talk to me and all that stuff, man.
Oh, it's pleasure's mine, bro. Thank you. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Go hang out with my wife a little bit. Thank you so much, TJ. Thank you to the chat. We love you guys. See you on the next one.
All right, y'all.
It's that awkward moment where I